So let's talk about your digital story. This is the first week in which you get to start thinking about and planning, mapping out like a roadmap to the end of the story, mapping out the story that you want to create. Let me show you your story map assignment, and I will demonstrate with a story that I want to make. So here we are in Canvas. It's week 6, and your assignment number 3 is to make your digital story map. You click this link, and you don't have to allow access, but choose Get Started. Choose Start, and let's go. And here is a drawing, a diagram for your digital story. This is a tool for you to think about and to start planning your digital story. I want you to start in the middle. What is the big idea or the theme or the lesson of your story? The big idea, the lesson, or the moral. A moral is something that you learn that's about values and things that you believe. So my story is going to be about my grandmother. And it's about her lesson, my grandmother's lesson to me. And her lesson to me, I think the big idea in my story is enjoy the small things in life. Okay, I've got my big idea. And now what I need to do is, let's see if we can see this a little better. Now what I want to do is start to fill out each of these bubbles, each round circle, each bubbles. And these are the big parts, the big components in my story. These would be big events, important people, places, moments of change or conflict. So the big events or big people, places, objects. So of course, my grandmother, and I'm going to write, I want to talk a little bit about my grandmother's history. And I actually want to talk specifically, my grandmother's history. So she was born during the Depression in the United States. The Depression is when a lot of people had no jobs and no money. I want to remember some of my adjectives. She was frugal, which means that she saved money. And there's an expression in English, she could stretch a dollar. She could stretch a dollar. There is a story I want to tell about my grandmother taking the train across the U.S. during World War II. She had my mom she was courageous. And I want to include, I remember St. Louis, Missouri, by herself. She got off the train because she was pregnant and she was about to have my mom, and she had my mom in St. Louis, Missouri. Okay, great. This is a very important part of my story. These aren't perfect. These circles aren't perfect. Don't worry about it. Picking blackberries. This is an important moment in my story. I have a very strong and beautiful memory of picking blackberries with my grandmother. So some details. It was during the hot summer, but so that we wouldn't get scratched, we wore long shirts and pants. Oh, and they looked like this. We had coffee cans and we would wear them around our necks. And when we were done, we would bake a pie. I think I will conclude by talking about her lesson to me. Enjoy the small things in life, the things that are right in front of you. Family, home, good food. Okay, this is my digital story map. I only need to put my name here, and now I can click done. Are you sure? Now here I'm going to say yes, I'm good to go. Now I'm finished. This story map, your story map, will get sent to me in an email, and I can see what you're thinking about in your story. So have fun doing this activity. If you don't like using that form, you don't like the link, here is a link to a blank story map that you can print. If you have a printer at home, you can print, or you can just make your own map. You can make your own map on a piece of paper, and you can take a picture of it and send it to me by email or on Remind for your assignment. Have fun with your digital story maps.